Have you ever thought that the way you walk could reveal how healthy your brain is? Most of us think of memory tests, puzzles, or brain scans when we talk about cognitive health. We rarely imagine that something as simple as our walking speed could be an early warning sign. But here's a surprising truth. Recent research suggests that slow or unsteady walking may be one of the very first clues that our brain is struggling, even before any memory problems show up. This isn't just a theory. Large studies from institutions like the National Institute on Aging and the Mayo Clinic have shown that changes in walking speed and gait can predict future cognitive decline, including dementia and Alzheimer's disease. In today's video, we're going to explore exactly how your walking pattern is connected to your brain health. You'll learn why this happens, what warning signs to look for, and what you can do if you notice changes in yourself or a loved one. By the end, you'll understand a simple, everyday self-test you can use to check in on your brain. No expensive equipment needed. Now, let's start with why our brains and our legs are so closely linked. Walking may seem automatic, but it's actually a complex process controlled by many different parts of the brain. Our brain coordinates balance, movement, and awareness of our surroundings, all at the same time. In fact, neurologists often say that walking is like a window into the brain's overall function. When certain brain regions begin to shrink or lose connections, as happens in early stages of dementia, small but important changes appear in our walking. This might show up as a slightly slower pace, shorter steps, or difficulty turning quickly. These changes can be so subtle that we don't notice them at first. But researchers have found that people who start walking more slowly are more likely to develop memory problems later on. A study published in JAMA Network Open followed over 16,000 older adults for several years. They found that those with slower walking speeds had a significantly higher risk of developing dementia within the next few years. Another study from the Mayo Clinic looked at gait variability, how steady or even your steps are. People with more uneven steps were more likely to show signs of mild cognitive impairment. This suggests that it's not only about how fast you walk, but also about how smoothly and confidently you move. Now you might wonder, why does this happen? As we age, certain areas of the brain responsible for movement and planning, like the frontal lobes and the basal ganglia, can start to decline. This affects both our ability to think and our ability to move. So when you see someone shuffling their feet or hesitating before turning, it could be an early sign that their brain is having trouble coordinating these actions. It's important to remember that not every change in walking means dementia. Sometimes, slower walking is caused by joint pain, muscle weakness, or even vision problems. That's why it's important to look at walking changes alongside other signs, such as confusion, trouble finding words, or changes in mood. However, paying attention to your gait can give you a head start. It's like a gentle alarm bell, a chance to check in with your doctor and take steps to protect your brain health early. In fact, some doctors are now including gait analysis as part of routine memory and aging assessments. By measuring how fast and how steadily you walk, they can gain valuable clues about your brain long before more obvious memory problems appear. If you're curious about how to check your own walking speed at home, there's a simple method researchers often use. Measure out a straight, flat path about 10 feet long. Start walking at your normal, comfortable pace. No need to rush. Time how long it takes you to walk those 10 feet. Most healthy older adults can walk this distance in about 4 to 5 seconds. If it takes significantly longer, or if you feel unsteady or unsure, it may be worth discussing with your doctor. But even more important than the number is how you feel. Do you feel confident on your feet? Can you turn easily without wobbling? Can you keep a steady rhythm? These subtle cues can tell you a lot about what's happening inside your brain. If you notice changes in your walking, don't panic. Think of it as an invitation to look more closely at your overall health. Often, making small adjustments to your lifestyle can make a big difference, both for your brain and your body. For example, regular physical activity is one of the most powerful ways to protect both your muscles and your mind. Exercises that improve balance and strength, like Tai Chi or gentle strength training, help keep your gait steady and confident. Even simple daily walks can stimulate blood flow to the brain, support new connections, and slow down age-related decline. Nutrition also plays a crucial role. A diet rich in leafy greens, berries, fish, whole grains, and healthy fats, sometimes called the Mediterranean diet, has been shown to support brain health and reduce the risk of cognitive decline. Staying hydrated and avoiding excess sugar and processed foods are equally important. Sleep is another key factor. Poor sleep quality has been linked to both slower walking and higher risk of dementia. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep each night, and talk to your doctor if you struggle with insomnia or frequent waking. Mental stimulation matters too. Activities that challenge your brain, like learning new skills, doing puzzles, or socializing with friends, can help keep cognitive functions sharp. Interestingly, people who remain socially and mentally active tend to walk more confidently and maintain better balance as they age. If you have other health conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or heart disease, managing them carefully is also essential. These conditions can affect blood flow to the brain and nerves, impacting both thinking and walking. Regular checkups, taking medications as prescribed, and following your doctor's advice all support your brain health. It's also wise to check your vision and hearing regularly. Changes in sight or hearing can make us feel less secure on our feet and may contribute to gait changes. Correcting these issues can sometimes improve balance and reduce falls. For caregivers or family members, paying attention to a loved one's walking can offer valuable insights. If you notice that someone you care for is walking more slowly, shuffling, or having trouble turning, encourage them to talk with their doctor. Approach the topic gently and with compassion. They may not realize these changes themselves. One of the most empowering things about this connection between walking and brain health is that it gives us an early window into what's happening inside. Instead of waiting for memory loss or confusion to appear, we can notice small physical signs first. This means we have more time to take action and support healthy aging. Remember, early detection doesn't have to be scary. In many cases, addressing problems sooner can improve outcomes and allow people to live fuller, more independent lives for longer. By paying attention to how you move, you're actually taking a proactive step toward protecting your mind. So the next time you go for a stroll, take a moment to notice your pace and how steady you feel. View it as a quiet conversation with your brain, a chance to check in and see how things are going. If something feels off, reach out to your healthcare provider. They can help you determine what's normal for you and what might need further attention. In this video, we explored the fascinating link between walking speed and brain health. We learned that changes in gait can be an early sign of cognitive decline, sometimes years before memory symptoms show up. We also discussed why this happens, how to check your walking at home, and what lifestyle habits can support both your brain and your movement. It's a comforting reminder that small daily choices, like staying active, eating well, and monitoring subtle physical changes, can add up to make a big difference in how we age. You don't need fancy tests or high-tech gadgets to get started. All you need is awareness, a little curiosity, and a willingness to listen to your body. Thank you for spending this time with us today. Remember, caring for your brain is a lifelong journey, and every step, quite literally, counts. Take care of yourself, keep moving, and keep checking in. We'll see you in the next video.